I don't know that song. Good afternoon, graduates, guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Waterloo. My name is Feridun Hamdalapur, and I have the honor of serving as President and Vice Chancellor of this great university. And it's my privilege to welcome you all to this afternoon's Convocation celebration. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are gathered today in the traditional territory of the neutral Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee peoples. And now, if you could please remain standing, and I would like to invite Professor Emeritus Reinhold Schuster to sing our national anthem, and please feel free to join him.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. My name is Tom Jenkins, and it's my privilege to be the Chancellor of the University of Waterloo. Good afternoon, graduates, family, friends, President, Provost, honored guests, faculty, and staff. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say a special hello to my professor, who, when I was sitting in your seats, is sitting here today, Professor Doug Barber. Welcome, Doug. I'm honored to join you. Please give him an applause. He'll be very embarrassed by that. Well, it's a wonderful day, and I can see many smiling faces looking back at me because you know it's almost over. But by the looks of this very packed gym, you've had a little bit of help along the way. People that were there to pick up the pieces after your first midterm, after your first co-op, etc. They're all sitting around and they're smiling too. And you know why they're smiling? Because you're now off the payroll. I still have 2 more to go. Now, 2017 is a very special year here at the University of Waterloo. It marks our 60th year, and it's been 60 years of great innovation and creativity because this university was founded on the principle that we could combine cooperative education with academic excellence, and very few institutions embraced that at the time, and indeed even today many struggle with the combination of the two. And yet this university for the past 25 years has been noted in Canada as the leading innovation university in the country. Now for me, I've been on campus in the North Campus running companies for about half that time. And it's been a wonderful time to watch both this university and the ecosystem all around Waterloo Region grow up. And so you have such a path to follow as you go out into the world, and that you stand on the shoulders of many that have sat in the seats that you're sitting at now. And I can't wait to see what you do. Now today, we're going to celebrate by awarding degrees. That's what you're here for, right? Just checking. It could be another lecture, you never know. But we'll begin by conferring an honorary degree on an individual who has distinguished himself in his career. We'll then confer bachelor's degrees. And then finally, awards and medals will be presented to faculty who have excelled in their professions and to a graduating student who has excelled in his studies. Now, as Chancellor, I get to give one order around here, and that's that we'll be done in 2 hours. Now, yeah, you can applaud that. But you have a role to play in that. We would ask that you remain in your seats during the convocation and only leave once the academic procession has left the hall. So graduates, I look forward to seeing you as you come across the stage and to learn about what you're going to be up to next. So get ready for that question, because we'll be asking you. And now I'd like to invite Pearl Sullivan, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, to the podium. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, I present Sam Altman. Sam Altman is one of Silicon Valley's most influential leaders, and as president of the Y Combinator, he is building an entrepreneurial ecosystem to drive positive global change. Mr. Altman's career has been marked by an extraordinary momentum. He studied computer science at Stanford University before co-founding Loop at the age of 19. Since 2012, he has served as CTO of Green Dot, CEO of Reddit, co-founded Hydrazine Capital, and in 2014 was named president of Y Combinator. In 2015, he was named top investor under 30 by Forbes. At Y Combinator, or YC, Mr. Altman leads the most powerful startup incubator in the world. To date, YC has supported over 1,400 startups, several of them now billion-dollar companies such as Airbnb, Dropbox, and Stripe. Thriving companies launched by Waterloo engineering students, including Thelmic Labs, Bufferbox, and Vidyard, are proud graduates of YC's elite program and now play a central role in the region's rising stature as a globally competitive startup hub. Since taking the helm at YC, Mr. Altman has worked tirelessly to expedite market entry for startups all over the world. Under his leadership, YC has more than doubled its applicant pool, receiving over 12,000 applicants in 2016 alone. In 2017, he launched YC Startup School, an open, completely online version of the YC experience, available to any startup, anywhere, for free. The school enrolled over 3,000 companies from 141 countries in its first cohort and will accept 10,000 in early 2018. Mr. Altman has become renowned for his ability to catalyze and coordinate change. At YC, he has expanded investment in areas such as biotechnology, energy, artificial intelligence, and robotics, and is building a network of ambitious new companies to address pervasive global challenges. In 2015, he co-founded OpenAI, a non-profit company dedicated to advancing safe artificial intelligence. Mr. Altman has set the world in his sights, and there is every indication he will change it for the better. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding contributions to entrepreneurship and innovation, I request that you confer the degree of Doctor of Engineering honoris causa upon Sam Altman.
I'm honored to confer upon you, Sam Altman, the degree of Doctor of Engineering honoris causa and extend my sincere congratulations. Way to go. Please.
I now invite Dr. Altman to address Convocation.
Chancellor Jenkins, President Hamdulapur, Provost Orchard, Dean Sullivan, faculty, alumni, proud parents, and new graduates. It's a great honor to be awarded this doctorate and to address the class of 2017. This is actually my first university degree of any sort. I'm very hopeful my grandmother will finally stop asking me when I'm going to finish college. And I remember the feeling I had the first time I ever came to visit Waterloo. I felt like I would have loved going to school here. This was a place for builders and doers. I've been very fortunate to work with many University of Waterloo graduates since. In fact, I think there are more Y Combinator alumni companies around here than any other location in the world besides Silicon Valley. And time and again, my initial instinct has been proven right. And this is a good thing. The world is changing rapidly. There are a lot of new things we need to do. At some point in your studies, you've learned about the agricultural revolution, the industrial revolution, and you are going to come of age in the third great technological revolution of human history, the software revolution. As computers continue to reshape our lives, the world is going to look very, very different in 20 or 30 years. The worst thing you can do in a fast-changing environment is not to take risks. Very likely the career you begin your lives doing will not exist in the same way by the time you're ready to retire. This is probably the best time in your life to take risks. You're probably happy living like college students for a little bit longer. You can perhaps move around the world to take advantage of a new opportunity. And if you try a few new things and fail, you'll be in about the same place you are right now. When most people tell you what risk is, they'll say that it's not having a steady career trajectory by the time you're 23 or 24. That may have been good advice 30 years ago. I am confident it will not be good advice for the next 30 years. In any case, what risk actually looks like is turning around in 30 years and realizing that you lived the life someone else wanted you to live, or that you followed someone else's career path. You're never going to get that time back. If you ask old people what they wish they had known when they were younger, and I recommend you do, it's usually some version of "it goes by so fast." You don't get a lot of chances in life to do what you love. This is a good time in your life to make mistakes of ambition, not mistakes of being too conservative. You will, of course, have to balance this with the need for money, and understandably, that will pull you towards more conservative paths. You should save up money if you can, and try to keep the amount of money you spend low. That'll open a lot of opportunities in life to you, and it'll make it easier to do what you really want. This is a good time to think about the future, and here's a secret. The good news is that 22-year-olds are much better at predicting the future than 52-year-olds. You should think about where you believe the world will be in 30 years, and aim for that. Real adults are going to tend to underestimate the rate of change, so trust your own instincts and chart your own path. One of the most important things to realize that they don't teach you in school, or they didn't teach me, is that hard work and learning are like investing. They compound like compound interest or an exponential function. You will get far more benefit over the course of your career if you put in most of the effort at the beginning. It can then pay off for years and decades down the road. Of course, you don't want to neglect the rest of your life and certainly you don't want to neglect the people that you love or your sleep. But if you can get 5% more work done every day than somebody else, over the course of a career, you'll massively outperform them and contribute much more to the world. Investing early in your career really pays off. In addition to working hard, it's really important to pick the right thing to work on. So I've got two pieces of advice about this. The first one I mentioned earlier. Try to think about the future and identify a favorable exponential trend in the world. If you can do this and work hard at the beginning of your career, then you have a double exponential function on your hands. And having studied a lot of very successful people, this seems to be the strategy of the people that have the biggest impact in the world. This concept of a double exponential function seems really important. Picking promising areas to work on will pay huge dividends down the road, and most people give it almost no thought. The second piece of advice is to find something at the intersection of what you're good at, what you enjoy, and what the world values. People that are able to figure that out almost always have fulfilling careers. In addition to learning how to work, you should keep working on how to learn. There's some critical skills that most people don't learn in college, although one of the things that I like best about Waterloo is that you all are better at them than almost anybody else. As early as you can, learn to work with teams. Learn to pick the people that you want to work with. The framework that's worked for me for that is values first, aptitude second, and skills third. In my career so far, I've consistently found that the ability to learn quickly and willingness to work hard are more important than domain experience. Learn how to convince other people that they are capable of doing amazing things. If you can just learn this one skill, you'll do pretty well. Learn to help people for no reason at all, and trust that it will somehow pay off years or decades down the road. This is especially important in a fast-changing world. Learn how to be determined. Now, I know this doesn't sound like something one can learn in the traditional sense, and yet I've noticed that people who treat it like something to learn are nearly always successful in doing so, and it's a critical skill in life. Learn to ask for help, and learn to ask for what you want. Most people don't do this, but most successful people have had the experience of other people helping them as they were starting out, and they're very happy to pay it forward. Keep learning about new things. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make after college is to stop learning. This is not great in a static world, but it's disastrous in a very dynamic world. The easiest way to do this is to hang out with smart friends. That happens naturally in college, but after college, it takes a little bit of effort. Somebody once said to me, "Show me your friends and I'll show you your future." And I've been surprised how true that statement is. So make it a point to keep hanging around with really smart people. Learn how to think independently early. This is not something I learned in school, but I did learn it quickly afterwards. Be willing to be mocked for what you believe. If you're going to invent the future, you're going to be living ahead, a little bit ahead of everybody else. This makes most people uncomfortable, and they react with mockery. But you need to hold on to the courage of your convictions. In addition to learning, I think you should do some teaching too. I think the only way to repay the debt you owe to those who educated you here and elsewhere is to teach others in some way. The two most important gifts I got in life were the love of my parents and a great education. I don't know how to make sure every child grows up in a loving family, but I do know that we could provide a great ongoing education for everyone, and that would make our society a lot better. Speaking of parents, if you remember nothing else from this talk, please remember to thank your parents, your family, whoever else helped you get here today. It's an enormous amount of work from a lot of people for all they've done for you. And speaking of debts, the other debt that you owe the world is to make it more fair. We've been working towards making a more fair world for a very long time. You've all benefited from it, hopefully. And although we've made progress, it saddens me how much further we have to go. The people who came before you made it a little better, and you need to make it a little better for the people who will come after. I believe that economic inequality, economic injustice will be one of the most important issues of our time. And that economic justice is social justice. So please work for that. Although I don't think the world owes anyone massive success, I do think it owes everyone a fair shot, and that we should all work together to unlock everyone's full potential. We have a very long way to go to get there. We need your help. Please go build that world. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Ian Orchard, and I have the privilege of being Vice President and Provost. Let me thank Dr. Altman for his inspiring and thoughtful words and his sage advice. And let me welcome him to our group of distinguished alumni. Will the graduating class please rise as you are able? Mr. Chancellor, I present those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Please be seated. I now invite Jessica McKinnon to come forward and deliver the valedictory address. Jessica.
Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for being here and to begin by acknowledging that we have obtained our degrees on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Neutral people. While I have the chance, I'd like to thank my family especially. Like many of the graduates today, I had a semester where I really struggled, and whether it was my brother taking me for a concert or pep talks from a good friend, they were there. That was back in my first year when I had failed my linear algebra midterm, among others. So I went to the professor to try and get some guidance. I think I was looking for reassurance from someone other than my parents that things would work out if I worked hard enough. Perhaps naively, I asked the professor if he thought it was possible for me to achieve a passing grade, to which he so delicately replied that it was mathematically possible. And that was tough. But that wasn't the first time I've had an educator doubt my ability to make it through this program. When I was in grade 12, my math teacher had us go around the room and say what our plans for post-secondary were. I said I'd like to go to Waterloo for engineering, and she asked me what my backup plan was. Yeah. But instead of focusing on those people, the people who doubt our aspirations, personally, I like to look to the words of the Queen, Beyonce, who says, "Always stay gracious, best revenge is your paper." This seems particularly relevant today as we're handed this modest yet meaningful piece of paper. As long as we have dreams and aspirations, there's going to be people who doubt us along the way. But it's in those times that we can continue to turn to each other and to all of the supporters here today. So on behalf of the class of 2017, we thank you. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge the family and friends who have come from around the world to be here. Waterloo's diversity has offered us an education in culture and in connection. And in times like these, when there seems to be new plans being drafted daily, trying to draw lines of division between our many parts of the world, we can rest assured that it's not our civil engineers who wish to build those barriers, because from concrete toboggans to the perfect Wei-Chow circle, our civils don't fail. But here at Waterloo, that diversity is our strength. It's why we can learn what we'd like to learn, love who we love, believe what we believe, even if it was telling ourselves that the massive fills line was definitely worth it. But that diversity is also why it's hard to talk about our experience collectively. I think it's likely that the person who we saw discover their career goals here on campus could be the same one who struggled in silence with their mental health. The person who we saw dominate at chainsaw karaoke may have experienced culture shock when arriving to UW. I think it's likely that our experiences at Waterloo and in engineering have been as diverse as our student body itself, and that goes for our future as well. Maybe you'll be the mechanical engineer, who when you make your first million and your boss suggests boat racing to celebrate, you're quickly disappointed that she means for you to board an actual boat. Or you could be the mechanical engineer who runs your company with lessons learned from running NSOC, or the environmental engineer whose world-renowned channel design required less work than your fourth-year design project. You could be the geoengineer who, with a classmate, builds a company from the ground up, but the two of you just missed the days when you ran the C&D together. Or you're the management engineer who's the boss of all of them, even though they never took you seriously and now you own them. With graduates full of such potential, it's no surprise the University of Waterloo has such a strong reputation. As Mr. Chancellor mentioned, the university has been named Canada's most innovative university for 25 years in a row. And yes, that is also the age some of us are by the time we pass first year, but still, it's impressive. Truly, though, it has been our rare privilege to have gained this world-class education. It's one which most people around the world will never be offered. For me, though, that reputation, the grandiose title of Waterloo Engineer, might not be the most impressive part of our experience. Impressive was our ability to handle all-nighters and not harm our group members. Impressive were the life lessons that we taught each other as we failed and succeeded together. It was our delicate yet unwavering ability to balance work hard, play hard. Impressive are the friendships that have grown so much further than classmates. And for me, impressive is simply being able to call myself your peer. You are the innovators who will decide what our reputation will be. And in times like these, with changing political and environmental climates, that innovation is needed as much as ever. Today, as we move from student to alumni, we're handed a degree that titles us engineer. Because Waterloo demands it, you'll be good at it. My hope is we'll do good with it. We'll pursue the betterment of society, the preservation of our planet, and the evolution of that reputation, the one that we define, which starts today. Waterloo Engineering Class of 2017, thank you and congratulations.
Well, thank you, Jessica, for those uplifting words, the wonderful storytelling, and the wonderful advice. Thank you. I would like to invite Pearl Sullivan, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, to address the graduating class. Pearl.
Good afternoon, class of 2017. How are you doing today? I can't hear you very well. Let's try it again. Class of 2017, how are you doing today? Congratulations on your graduation. You worked very hard to get into Waterloo, and you worked even harder to get out of Waterloo. This is a special day for your families. Hug your parents. They have always put you first in their lives. Hug your brothers and sisters. They are stuck with you. Hug your grandparents. They are your best cheerleaders. And to your classmates, say thank you. Many of them will be your friends for life. Tomorrow, you will step into a new adventure. It will be an exciting one. It will be fast, it will be complex, challenging, and sometimes hard to understand. But before you leave on that journey, take these 3 things with you. Number 1, remember your roots. The world is going to be your oyster. It will sparkle and tempt you. But always remember where you were born, where you went to school, and the many people who shaped your life, even the ones you don't like. Number 2, regardless of what you do in life, the question you should always ask is not at what cost, but rather at whose cost. Engineering is about envisioning, creating, and making a difference for others. Even if you move away from engineering work, you have chosen this education and you now wear the iron ring. You therefore owe a duty of care to your neighbors, to your community, and to society. Number 3, be humble. You know you have the ability. Now find your motivation, and whatever you do, do it with love in your heart. You don't have to be the best engineer, but find the path that will help you become the best person that you can be. Finally, thank you for choosing Waterloo Engineering. We are very proud of you. You made us laugh, and sometimes you even made us cry. Now go out there and do great things. From all of us in the Faculty of Engineering, have a good life, and may the force be with you.
Well, thank you, Pearl, and live long and prosper. Chancellor, President, honored guests, and participants. This is truly a great day. Convocation is perhaps the most rewarding occasion in the life of a university. It evokes our ancient rights and our privileges, and it stirs us with a promise of new beginnings. Like Jessica, I would also like to formally thank all of those who have made today possible. To the parents, the family, and friends of our graduates, especially those of you who have traveled from afar to be here, thank you. To the university community for developing these scholars and delivering this outstanding event for our new alumni, thank you. And of course, we acknowledge those who have been unable to join us today, but we feel their presence. Now, it's sometimes difficult for the graduating students to find their family and friends as they walk across the stage to be hooded, so I thought we would try and help them out. So this time I'd like the graduating students to remain seated, but I would like parents, family, and friends to rise as you are able. Graduating students, look around and find your family and friends. Maybe wave to them. It's always louder in the bleachers, by the way. Wave to them again. Check them out when you come across the stage. And let's thank all those who made Convocation special. Please be seated. Now that was something of a first inning stretch. You will of course thank me because there is no seventh inning stretch. As we prepare to confer degrees, I have a few notes. If you'd like to take photos, you may do so in the area to your left of the platform. Please enter this area by going to the left side of the gym outside down the hallway. If you approach this area just before your special graduate is about to proceed across the stage, you can take photos. Once you have taken your photos, please return to your seats to allow others to take photos of their special graduates. Please also remember that some students' names begin with an A, which inevitably means there may be some that begins with a Z. It is really not their fault. For I am advised it's likely your faults. Please show respect to all of your fellow classmates by returning to your seat after being hooded so that we can all share in this celebration together. And now I think we have the good stuff. We will now proceed to the conferring of the degrees. I invite Jeff West, Chair, Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, to announce the graduates' names.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my sincere pleasure to present to you the 2017 class of Civil Engineering. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Applied Science, Civil Engineering. Sam Ayani, Adnan Abu Atiyah, Salwan Adel Aldib, Ibrar Amin, Alexandru Ardelian, Dylan Badshaw, Ariana Bakhtar, Daryl Reed Baker, Marianne Joy Bacchus, Elishua Ben-Chorin, John Adefemi Barrow, Supreet Kaur Bola, Nisreen Bul-Salama, Xiaoding Bu, Scott Stephen Lewis Buckley, Michelle Butt, Paul Vincent Castle, Jackie Chun Ting Chan, Julianne Emmanuel Chaperone, Erica Cheng, Tianyi Cheng, Anson Chen. Anson is also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Cooperative Work Term Proficiency. Adrian Hui Yan Chiu, Riz Hui Chu, Vincent Hua Liang Chu, Samantha Ashley Cook, Alex J. Kressman, Slobodan Jurdovich, Joel Benjamin Fernandez, Frederick Fong, Marcel Gamon, Usama Hamid, Hashem Hamoud, Dek-Hyun Han. Omar Ahmed Abdelmugid Hassanain. Danielle Domenico Ianetti. Pravir Jiha. Melissa Ann Jennings. Christy Jeong. Mark Johnson. Yi Rim Jung. Kobihan Karunakaran. Tae Hun Kim. Erica Mae Cruch. Jacob Matthew Lekowitz. Eden Yunhong Lee. Grace Sung Ji Lee. Arthur James Lee. Cheng Lee. Wanhua Liang. Angie Liu. Laura Maria Luna. Terrence Ching Yung Ma. And Terrence is also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Academic Excellence. Earl Francis Magsapok. El Walid Masood. Stefan Joseph Madiowski. Monica Olivia Mazur. Senna McLean. Ali Raza Mamon. Anam Mathani. Ronan Gerard Mulhern. Bethel Nagash. Joseph James Ng. Jennifer New. Umar Newman. Gary David John Ogden. Kyle John Pellerin. Michelle Lynn Jana Puttycombe. Ruman Rahman. Zafira Alniz Remtulla, Kyla Joy Rogers, Shihab Saldadin, Anusha Shanmaganatha, Tony Chow Wei Shi, Nurbipal Singh, Lila Ruse Smerchinsky, Victoria Elizabeth Speller, Ru Ji Sun, Jacob Daniel Tigeloven, Matthew J. Tonello, Stefan Sang, Anton Van, Andres Esteban Visueti Vasquez, Da Wang, Can Wang, Lucy Wang, Sean William Watman, Junsoon Wei, Sean Brandon Wong Hong Chan, Mengchen Shu, Hani Yakub Agha, Pedram Yazdan Pana, Vinit Zakaria, Youssef Mohammed Zaki, Andrew Zandbergen, Hao Lin Zhang, Li Chen Zhang, Lily Yexi Zhang, Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite Monica Melko, Associate Chair, Undergraduate Studies in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I am very pleased to present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Applied Science, Environmental Engineering. Dana Lynn Baer, Danica Burns, Aaron Kane. Jennifer Chan, Paul Kiokio, Jacqueline Marie Darocha. Elise Dixon, Jue Fan, Anne Marjorie Gibson. Matthew Iannetta, Nelson Gia, Catherine Marie Kirker. Patrick William King. Patrick's also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Academic Excellence. Daniel Raymond Coetsier, Yue Liu, Janice Lobo. Ryan Kaishun Law. Ryan is also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Cooperative Work Term Proficiency. Jessica Audrey McKinnon. Yolanda M. Montañez. Asila Nakvi. Avalon Jane Olson. Elliot Ian Pei. Ashley Marie Papakuraku. Carol Tatiana Paya, Roshani Sharma, Alexander Warenka. Jiun Ruby Ji, Bitao Yan, Wei Zheng. Chunying Zhao. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I am now equally pleased to present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Applied Science, Geological Engineering. Mark Jerry Burtons, Tristan Breslin, Jared Buck, Helena Hanking Diao. Helena is also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Academic Excellence. Ian Gardner, Yen Hai Hyun, Shujin Zhang. Jaewon Daniel Kim, Lingwei Liu, Andis Hyufeng Mok. Weston Frederick Morlock, Robert Michael Pajak Murphy, Sunghyun Park. Shrutika Sainani. Shrutika is also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Cooperative Work Term Proficiency. Anna Pastega, Cameron Sweetnam, Arjun Eric Thurmalingam, Cassandra Nellie Vanderwerf, Michelle Halina Veslovsky, Michael Yinan Yang. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite Samir El-Hedley, Chair, Department of Management Sciences, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Applied Sciences, Management Engineering. Hassan Ahmed, Tanai Bokaria, Kevin Chu. Anne Kathleen Dawson, also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Academic Excellence. Madeline Ann Cowie, Diana Marion Dixon, Khalid Al-Atab. David Irakovic, Fernando Amado Espinoza, Philip Thomas Everson. Nikita Gantayat, Utkarsh Garg, Christian Gould. Hannah Gautreau, also the recipient of the Roy Duxbury Leadership Award. Shayu Gu, Shuruk Hamid, Alexandra Ronnie Hayes. Maheen Ahmed Khan, Julian Yeming Lee, and Kevin Liu. Rabia Asif Malik, Faizan Ahmed Mian, Sami Noorallah. Bakhtiyar Nurliabayev, Danish Pasrisha, Sitesh Patel. Meda Patki, Deepika Kasturi Phoebe, Gabrielle Pilla. Leah Nicole Pinder, Han Tazin Parmita Praga, Nima Rabia Nia. Chanakya Ramdev, Wislow Sak, Srikajan Santira Kumaran. Raymond Lee Yu C, Emma Situ Hughes, Emily Wei Teng Sin. Stuart Paul Anthony Sullivan, Andrew Peter Tullis, Hassan Wahid. Shen Wei Wong, Hillary West, Osman Jail Chi. Rex Son Pui Jung, Beverly Zabowski. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite Amir Hajipur, Chair, Department of Mechanical and Mechatronics Engineering, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Applied Science, Mechanical Engineering. Haydar Abbas, Ali Abdul Rasul, Muhammad Imad Abu Zaid. Imran Ahmad, Uwais Ahmad, Azmir bin Ahmed. Jazintar Amin Talgam, David Andorit, Kevin Avish Babula. Ivan Benches, David William Bergsma, Indranil Bravajas. Prahash Bath, Calvin James, Lisa Daniel Brock. Graham Browning, Elisa Mary, Christopher Campbell. Lorenzo Richard Carboni, Muhammad Ali Chagani, Calvin Ryan Chan. Vinojan Chander Kumar, Catherine Chen, Joking Long Hiu Chu. Ku Won Chu, Kelvin Su Hu Cho, Ragib Chaudhary. Ashley Katen Kohler, Daniel Sean Connolly, Sean Morris Dixon. Philip James Cooper, also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Cooperative Work Term Proficiency. John Adam DeClaro, Jacob William McGavin, Vincenzo Ivano DeSante. Claire Samantha Diffie, also the recipient of the Canadian Society of Mechanical Engineering Gold Medal for outstanding academic achievement in mechanical engineering. Sean James Charles Doherty, Michael Drews, Saleh Eldin El Batur. Muhammad Ali El Chanti, Juan Sen Feng, Corey Ann Van Wyk. Erwin Fatberger, Thomas Allen Forsyth, Ethan Fortier. Adam David Fournier, Dirk Fersen, Gerin George. Adita Gopi, Neil Russell Gordner, Tanner Pierce Gordon. Jae Woon Han, Brian Christopher Ho, Darin Huang. Brina Hugh, Shehruz Imtiaz Hussain, Angelo Ibrahim. Galen Ives Thurston, Yu Jiang, Min Gu Zhou. Nicholas Cam, Muhammad Shahan Mehdi Kamala, Cassandra Rosa Puel. Paul Daniel Kaufholt, Chang Hwan Kim, Su Yoon Kim. Young Hwan Kim, Alexander Cooper, Suita Kulandavilan. Lori Kwan, Seung Hwan Kwan, Hugo Ko Hwang Lei. Hu Ling Stephanie Lam, Ryan Ho Tae Lam, Sarah Marie Lancaster. Brian Marcus Langor, Keith Low, Brenton Yu Hin Law. Chuan Wong Lee, Stephen Daytong Lee, Shu Hu Lee. Anthony Lee, Bie-Chen Lee, Jeffrey Chao Sin Lee. Yan Lee, also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Academic Excellence. Kevin Tun Yang Lin, Jesse Peter Lozinski, Teresa Francisca Lomini. Andrew Maculo, Kevin John Metallo, Thomas Wilhelm Mikolovsky. Kirshan Window Mystery, Ardeshir Mabut Juan Padro. Antul S. Patel, Jigar Patel, Jimmy Kumar Patel. Sandeep Patel, Shrupnil Patel, Aiden Desmond Pick. Colin Pavan, also the recipient of the Albert Sherwood Barber Medal for the best overall work term and academic performance. Mark Pennyfeather, Michael Phillips, Adrian Locus, Papilas. Jan Christopher Kujalov, Carol Taduzos Rabalski, Adib Rahman. Tala bin Rashid, Gabriel Richard, Isa Rishmavi. Said Ruby, Christopher James Roy, Rishabh Sachdev. Muhammad Asad Saidolin, Yasser Suwadi, Navin Seshardi. Arbaz Said Shah, Ku Jin Shin, Nishok Sirbavan. Sean Stephen Stanlick, Dale Ashton Stone, Young Jae Suk. Kieran Strobel, also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Academic Excellence. Ibrahim Tabi, Alan Tay, Muhammad Takati. Matthew Tam, Derek Tan, Jiayu Tan. Christy Nole Romero, Alistair Taru, Amir Tawakkoli. Nicholas Chunhu Tam, Manoj Tanbalasingam, Thomas Thibault. Shu Hyo Tian, Richard Tilo, Rihanna Sean Todd. Cameron Jeffrey Talton, Anmol Tripathi, Matthew James Tumers. Robert Raymond Visanen, William George Walmer, Siriu Wang.
Congratulations.
Xiaoji Wang, Daniel Yan Yu Watt, Robert Wicks. Tril Vijendran, C. Chi Cheryl Wang, Wei Ching Martin Wang. Alan Wu, Hanjong Shi, Wilson Yao. Rahim Yazdani, Khaled Yunus, Jing Chi Zhang. Chu Wen Zhao, Yan Li Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite William Melek, Director of Mechatronics, Department of Mechanical and Mechatronics Engineering, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Applied Science in Mechatronics Engineering. Mohammad Salah Al-Arnaout, Oliver Asselin, Sean N. Andy. Jonathan Robert Barber, Joshua Bell, Blair Chow. Yu Kang Chen, Tiffany Man Yi Chong, Ryan Wan Wei Chong. Matthew Anthony Coppola, Amrit Dut, Dennis Doe. Brian Doler, Craig D'Souza, C.T. Feng. Christopher Kelly Dunn, also the recipient of Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Cooperative Work Term Proficiency. Wesley Fisher, Matthew Bentley Frazier, Kenneth James Henrik Geertsma. Hernan Gomez Martinez, Dhruv Giuliani, Kenan Habib. Crisleta Septaviola Harsono, Adam William Hines, Parker Jerome Harold. Colin Daniel Hilliard, Muhammad Hussein, Aditya Jonarkar. Atakan Effie Kamman, Samarath Kochar, Calvin John Kwok. Andrea Shujong Lee, Byom Yong David Lee, and Nicholas Lee. Bill Lynn, also the recipient of the Ontario Professional Engineers Foundation for Education Gold Medal for Academic Achievement Award. Bill is also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Academic Excellence. Sean Chang Lee, Eric Lin, Daniel Lazowski. Jesse Lopez, Catherine Lynch, Francesco Vincenzo Macchioni. Pratik Madhekar, Sagivan Mahwiswaran, and Zaina Maki. Hans Merrill, Sunal Philip Matthew, and Shahid Mawaji. Wesley McAloy, Stephen David McWinney, Eric Benjamin Mack. Jeet Mehta, Ben Clinton Mendez, Stephen Lawrence Norwood. Anthony Pascoriello, Darshak Bebichandra, Nancy Tai Pham. Aditya Rajavan, Adam Benjamin Rakoff, and Rahul Rawat. Mitchell Roy, Eric Chi, Hamrit Kaur Sidhu. Carrie Sitt, Jeremiah Samuel Sodergo, and Robert Sosiak. Ahmed Kamel Said, Hamid Tahir, Anthony Aslan Tengoro. Jaden Thomas Tom, Tenron Sang, Kumaditha Yudogama. Dan Venice, Christopher James Walton, Lucas Charles Wilkinson. Colin Ming Wang, Samantha Gray Swang, Mark Nashat Helmi. Fan Yang, Jagzi Shi, and Samuel Young. Tianyu Zhang, Ziyu Zhao, John Tao Max Zhang. Anthony Hao Zhao. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I now request you confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon those candidates who were approved by Senate but who are unable to be present at today's convocation.
I confer the degrees in absentia.
I now invite again Ian Archer, Vice President, Academic and Provost, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present Sanjeev Bedi. The Distinguished Teacher Award was established by the Senate of the University to recognize individuals with a continued record of excellence in teaching at Waterloo. Recipients must be nominated by their students and are selected by a committee consisting of undergraduate and graduate students, alumni, and faculty. Sanjeev has been a professor in mechanical and mechatronic engineering since 1987, a major contributor to Waterloo's mechatronics engineering program and founder of the Engineering Ideas Clinic. He is well known for his energy, mentorship, and connectivity with students. In courses at all levels and over a wide range of subjects from CAD modeling to advanced manufacturing, he encourages success for all students. Students, alumni, and colleagues acknowledge Sanjeev for both his showmanship in the classroom and for his ability to empower students to innovate. One undergraduate student describes him as ever engaging, full of humor, good cheer, and patience, and effective at conveying complex topics to a bunch of ambitious and challenging young men and women. An alumnus notes that he was a model mechatronics engineer for their class. Colleagues add that he loves his students, and his impact on the Faculty of Engineering is far-reaching, positively impacting the development of students, teaching assistants, and instructors. For his contributions to student learning and career growth, Sanjeev has previously received the Engineering Faculty's Sanford Fleming Teaching Excellence Award and the University of Waterloo Outstanding Performance Award. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding achievement in teaching, I ask you to present the Distinguished Teacher Award to Sanjeev Bedi. The Graduate Studies Office, in collaboration with the Graduate Student Association, established the Award of Excellence in Graduate Supervision to recognize faculty members who have demonstrated outstanding success and commitment in the supervision of their graduate students. Mr. Chancellor, I present Carl Haas. Carl is currently the Canada Research Chair in Construction and Management of Sustainable Infrastructure in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. He joined the department in 2005 after spending 14 years as a faculty member at the University of Texas at Austin. His areas of expertise include advanced construction techniques and technologies and construction productivity. During his career, he has supervised 36 doctoral and 67 master's students and has published more than 375 papers in journals and conferences. He has carried out research with a large number of private and public sector partners and serves on numerous editorial boards and professional committees. He is also a recipient of the Faculty of Engineering Award of Excellence in Graduate Supervision. Carl has had a profound positive impact on his graduate students. His past and current graduate students state that his contributions to my life and career have been well above and beyond graduate supervision. And even after graduating, he remains one of the key influential people in my life. A faculty colleague stated, Carl clearly commits substantial time and energy to placing all of his graduate students in rewarding positions on their graduation and to guiding and developing their careers through the following year. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of the guidance and inspiration that he has provided his graduate students, I ask that you present Carl Haas the Award of Excellence in Graduate Student Supervision. Mr. Chancellor, I present Susan Tai. Professor Susan Tai has accumulated a distinguished record of research, teaching, graduate supervision, and service to the profession. She joined the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering in 2000 and has supervised, co-supervised 19 postdoctoral researchers, 19 doctoral, and 46 master's students. Professor Tai has been a Norman W. MacLeod Chair in Sustainable Pavement Engineering since 2011 and has inspired her graduate students to carry out impactful research. She and her students have won numerous national and international awards for Best Paper and Best Presentations and have published over 400 papers in journals and conferences. Susan Tai is an internationally recognized leader in her field. She is the director of the Center of Pavement and Transportation Technology and the president-elect of the Canadian Society for Civil Engineering. She has led and been involved in numerous national and international research projects, including projects in Africa, India, Chile, China, Australia, New Zealand, and North America. She is also a recipient of the Faculty of Engineering Award of Excellence in Graduate Supervision. Susan Tai's students describe her as very understanding and supportive with a contagious positive attitude. A supervisor who has a keen sense of what is practical and relevant in the real world and makes sure that her students produce work that can be applied. The best at getting her students involved in real projects, and someone who genuinely cares about us. The University of Waterloo is fortunate to have Susan Tai as a graduate supervisor, researcher, and educator in the Faculty of Engineering. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of the guidance and inspiration that she has provided to her graduate students, I ask that you present Susan Tai the Award of Excellence in Graduate Student Supervision. I now invite Tom Brustovsky, alumnus, to the podium.
We're almost there. Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, ladies and gentlemen, Convocation is a special time to celebrate the splendid accomplishments of our graduates. And in this, the university's 60th anniversary year, we are especially proud to recognize the achievements of an undergraduate student from each of the university's faculties through the awarding of an Alumni Gold Medal. Much like Waterloo has done for the past 6 decades, the recipients' hard work and perseverance have achieved lasting results. There is much to celebrate and even more to anticipate. Graduates, while your status today changes, or has already changed, from student to alumna, or alumnus as the case may be, your relationship with the university should only grow, as this remarkable institution works in many different ways to support and celebrate your personal and professional successes. I speak from experience when I tell you that this chapter in your life will provide you with new, exciting opportunities to engage with the university in new ways and with its global network of alumni. Staying connected will provide you with meaningful and beneficial results. So on behalf of my fellow Waterloo alumni, I'd like to welcome you to the very exclusive alumni club. It's very exclusive, only about 200,000 members all over the world. Mr. Chancellor, as myself a recipient of the university's Honorary Doctor of Engineering degree, I'm honored to present the 2017 recipient of the Alumni Gold Medal for Outstanding Academic Performance in an undergraduate program, who today received the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science, Mr. Chancellor Anne Kathleen Dawson. I now invite President Feridun Famdulapur to come back to the podium.
Just a little bit more. We engineers work with intolerances, plus or minus a few minutes. So, Mr. Chancellor, I recognize that it's been 2 hours, but 20, 5 more minutes won't make a big difference. Graduates, I think you are more energized than when you first walked in here. Am I correct? Yes? You're wearing now your faculty colors. It's fantastic. It was a great pleasure watching you crossing this stage and talking to you. And as I watch you more, as I talk to you more, the word admiration came to my mind, that I admire you for what you've been doing, what you've done. Your determination, your perseverance, your hard work, that all made you come here today. I was also going to use the word resilience. I decided that I will use a better engineering term instead, toughness. You've endured through some very, very tough times, difficult, hard work. As our dean mentioned, you worked very hard to get in here. It was even harder work. You're not really getting out of here, okay? You're transitioning into something else, but you will never get out of here because you will always leave a part of you here, or we will always keep a part of you here. We talked about, several speakers mentioned our 60th anniversary. It is also the 60th anniversary of our Faculty of Engineering, because our university started with our Faculty of Engineering with 74 students in our first class that started on July 3rd, 1957. And I'm looking at this crowd, and guess what? There's another convocation ceremony later this evening. So we're looking at a university today enjoys having 37,000 students. And almost, after this evening ceremony, 200,000 very proud alumni. I'm very proud to welcome you to the University of Waterloo's very prestigious, strong alumni club. Welcome to the club, graduates. Your graduation also coincides with another memorable year. It is our country's 150th birthday. Our Chancellor, Tom Jenkins, and our Governor General, David Johnston, who is my immediate predecessor here, together they wrote a book called Ingenious. to celebrate 150 years of innovation in Canada. I hope you'll get a chance to have a look at that book, or I think it's available online, Mr. Chancellor. You will see a lot of familiar faces as you're flipping through that book, because there's a lot of University of Waterloo examples in that book. University of Waterloo became the center of innovation in this country, and I'm so proud, again, it was mentioned by our Chancellor, that for the past quarter century, we are the most innovative university in this country, and our aim is to be one of the most innovative universities in the world. How are we going to do that? I'm not looking at anywhere else, I'm looking at you. You're going to do that for us. You've gone through some wonderful experiences here. One of the reasons why I called it toughness, because you absolutely lived outside of your comfort zone. The moment you decided to come to study at the University of Waterloo, that was number one thing. You could have gone somewhere else, had probably a little easier right. No, you decided to come here. You decided to go away 5 times for your co-op terms. You did all kinds of things that were absolutely outside of your comfort zone. Now you are doing some fantastic things. You're going to some great graduate schools. You're going to work for wonderful companies. I don't know how Apple would survive without University of Waterloo graduates. They keep hiring our graduates. And in this class, at least, there were 20 of you who said you were going to work for Apple. Aside from that, however, you are going to make a big difference. I want you to think that. In all the challenges and opportunities our world is facing, we are looking at individuals who will make a difference, who will differentiate themselves. I don't want you to look anywhere else but within yourself, that you are that person. You have everything that it takes to make that difference, to be a game changer. I want you to stay connected with the University of Waterloo, and I also want you to think of some of the ideals that are very, very near and dear to our hearts. You didn't study here just to assemble a number of courses and labs so that you could get a University of Waterloo degree. You studied at a university that is very rich with its values and ideals. Ideals of openness, ideals of welcoming diversity, ideals of free speech, ideals of passion for learning. Take those ideals with you, because whatever you do, these will be essential in your future success. Graduates, thank you so much for spending the past 4, 5, hopefully not more than 6 years of your life here. Parents, family members, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. All the best to you.
Well, as engineers and as President Hamdollahpur said, we have plus or minus error bars, and so we're 2 hours plus or minus 5%. We still have a little bit more time. You haven't heard from all your profs yet. You want to hear some more lectures? No? No. Well, congratulations. I look forward to seeing some of your stories in the next edition of that book. And always remember, you can be successful, but you can be good and you can be fair along the way. So congratulations. Convocation is now adjourned.